Hi, I'm Emily Hodges, and I'm here with Karen Wardrip, who is my cousin.
Yes.
And today I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what it was like growing up part of such a big family and growing up on a farm. And I guess my first question might be a little bit ease us into things, is to just ask, what were some of the chores that you did when you were growing up? What did your mom and dad have you do?
The ones I remember the most probably were as I was a young teenager or earlier than that because of the age difference of my siblings. So it got to be a point where Pat and Rich were no longer on the farm. So Stu would help with like housework, and Chris and I had to help with chores. We did with the grinding. We helped with giving them shots, castrating, all that stuff. We got to do that work outside. So we did more of that, and that was the chores basically that I remember. You know, we would clean house on Saturdays. That was our daily chore or our weekly chore to clean house on Saturdays, and we always helped in the garden and anything else that had to be done at a particular time. There was not a set schedule for that, but I guess like I say, I had to help when I got old enough to do it, and Rich and Pat were gone. Then we helped outside. 2 years, not quite 2 years difference between Chris and I. So, but
What kind of animals did you have?
cats and dogs and cows and pigs. We also had chickens. So I guess would have done the chicken chores, collecting the eggs, and did that yearly cleaning out of the coop. And there were times when we'd have to when the crop was done or in the spring, and they would let the cows out into the field to eat the corn on the stills on the cob that had fallen. There was times that we would lay down in the field or sit in the field and watch the cows in the field because they didn't want to put a fence around that field. So we had to just stay there and watch them and look at the clouds and, just do nothing except sit there and watch them. But it was a chore that we had to do. And we walked the beans, did that a lot too.
What is walking the beans?
You would walk them with corn knives or a bean hook and take the weeds out. So it was before they had so much for the spraying to take the weeds out of the fields. So we'd get up early in the morning, usually when it was still cool out, and usually walk till about noon. And it got so bad you couldn't stand it anymore. So, yeah.
Then did you have to go back and harvest the beans, or is that?
They would combine it, but I mean, Dad and Rich would have done that. So with the combine, so we just got to help walk the beans. So it was one of those things that you just took for granted. That was just, what you did. Not like where other people would go and walk beans to get paid for it, as a summer job. It just was something we did. I mean, we always got compensated to a certain extent, but that wasn't why we walked them. It's farm life. That's what you did. So
who did you guys sell the food to? Or was it mostly for food for you guys to eat, or did you sell
garden stuff? But just for us, for store, or just for us to can and put up. Mom was very good with doing that type of stuff, with doing the canning, and so we had a fruit cellar, so we always had that on top. My sister Sue, she's kind of taken over that. She does a lot of it. Rich does a lot of it. Me, I don't do that, but I like to. I just don't do it. So, but.
And then who would you sell the meat to?
Just the stockyards, basically. Yeah, so we just would ship out a load at the time. When I was with the cows at the time, I remember we would just they would get bred, and we would have the calves, and then we'd get to like the feeder. When they got to a certain weight, then we would ship them out. So we would occasionally butcher a pig if we lost one while we were sorting it to ship out, but we didn't just. So we, for our own food, but otherwise it just went to the stockyards that I can remember anyway. Still above me at that time to know where exactly they were going. So
what would you guys do for fun as a family?
We never really did much. I mean, different. I mean, I was never on a vacation till after I graduated from high school. And at that time we went to Estes Park with my dad's mom at that time. She had a brother out there, so it's 3 girls went with her to that, but I don't ever remember going on a vacation before that.
So you guys play games, or?
It just basically we did sports and that, like through school, during the school, but I suppose we did games. I mean, I had to learn how to play, Go Fish and Kings in the Corner and Crazy 8 somewhere, so I'm guessing that's through the family. So nothing that really pops out in my mind,
Yeah.
specific as to games we did. I mean, we had Tiddlywinks, we had Cooties, we had Monopoly
Mm-hmm.
that I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
So no computers at that time.
Now, at one point, you guys had a barn fire, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Were you
that's,
living at home then?
yeah, I was, but I don't remember enough of it because I was too young at that time to remember. I remember that there was a fire, and that's, I mean, I don't remember that I don't know that I remember the fire, just I remember that there had been a fire.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have to ask Rich about that because I don't remember that enough.
What was your mom like growing up?
Oh, jeepers. Awesome. She was one that you could talk to about anything and everything. It didn't seem like she could, I don't know if she ever slept. I'm assuming she did, but it didn't seem like she ever slept because she was always awake when we were up in the morning. She was always um, still up when we went to bed at night. Always helpful. Looks like a good listener. Did anything for everybody. I remember she took care of my dad's mom a lot when she was in the nursing home. She did that. So she's been gone too many years, but yeah, just pretty awesome.
And your dad?
Dad, same. I had a lot more years as an adult to know Dad than I did Mom. I was pregnant with Spencer when Mom died, so I mean I was still a young adult, but not as old as, not as much time I guess as the quality time with Dad as I did with Mom. Mom and Dad both taught us that when you at our job you do what they pay you for. When you're there and you do it, and you do a good job, and they taught us that. There's a lot of life lessons that they taught us, little things that you don't think about at the time that did it. But we've always gotten along as a family, and that's one of those things that I'm always thankful for. So he took real good care of Mom when Mom was sick, and that was always huge. To me, because Dad never seemed like he'd have the patience for that, but he was always real good. And these last years, he's always been real good with all of us. Good with the grandkids, and so he didn't go as much the last few years because his hearing was hard for him to hear things that didn't vibrate off of him. But he would do anything for you, just like Mom would. So,
What brings you joy today? Like what makes you happy about your life today?
Family and friends. Family is real big. I have 2 kids, so most of the days I'm joyous that they're here. There are times that's trying, but as in life. I guess just the fact that I say like that I've got family. I'm still active in the church, so I've got that keeps me grounded, I guess, more. And just to just remember Mom and Dad and the things that they taught me, and how all that stuff has affected my life. And try to push that off, try to pass that off to my children so that they have that, because they didn't even know my mom. So, but they got to know my dad, but not my mom. So, sorry.
What do you think about having grown up in such a big extended family?
It's different, but it's great because then, like I say, you've got so much to fall back on. I mean, there's so many to fall. It's almost like being in, like when I'm in Akron, there's people that's kind of go, you're related to this person, you're related to this person, you're related to this person. So I'm not constantly at it, but like you are there in a small town. But it's just nice to have it. It's so extended and so many different personalities and kids, and they're growing up, and so many, I don't know. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. So.
Well, what else? One more last thing. Would you want to tell the world about the Schutz family if this ends up on YouTube? What would you say about coming across the Schutz family as a whole? What are they in for?
Yeah, really. It's great to be a part of it. They're very, very friendly, very outgoing, very welcoming, no matter your age or anyone's age, I mean, young or old. It's just huge. It's just very warm. And then we have cousins like you.
Thank you for sharing your time with me today.
Yes. So, are we done?
We can be done.
We can be done. We're done.